Welcome.
Thank you. Oh,
You're welcome. You're welcome.
it's everybody else, I think. Yeah. Welcome, everybody. It's our Tim and Mars live stream. Again, seems like it's been forever since we did one.
It seems really long for some reason. I don't know why. It seems more than a month for sure.
Yeah, strange. But we're here.
We're here because we're here.
Welcome, as I enjoy this delicious cup of coffee.
Water.
Nectar of the gods, sir.
Well, you know, coffee is 98% water. So the quality of the water really makes
It does matter. Yeah, I could wrap my brain around that. You know, it's that
Berkey
2% that I'm in it for. You know, the coffee.
Beans.
Beans. Hey, Miguel checking in from Vancouver.
Good morning to you.
Hey, Miguel, what's up? So, man, we got a lot of stuff going on, Mars.
Yes, we do. Hard to
fall term is
believe.
right around the corner, right?
I was going to say, hard to believe we're getting ready for this fall term that's coming up here.
Yeah.
It's crazy time right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. We've got the fall term for all of our animation courses 1 through 6.
Everything.
Plus all of our workshops
Right.
going on as well. So that's just a lot of activity happening. And it's already mid-September. Craziness. So,
It's mid-September.
David from Singapore. Holy smokes. Sajad, what's up, Sajad? Sajad's currently in class with us for sure.
I saw a handful of people replied on LinkedIn to saying that they were joining us today, so I was excited to see that. Kuldeep Sharma, hello.
Rashid, Rach,
and
Rach,
you know,
Rashid.
I
say Rach.
Okay, Rach. Cool. And that's, I love to ask this too in the beginning, just because it's so cool to see where everyone's checking in from. Where are you guys from? Where's everybody from? I'm seeing France, Nigeria, Singapore, Vancouver.
Eli from Botswana.
Very cool.
Dude.
Nice. And I'll give you guys, just a brief intro here. My name is Mars, and I'm a student success coach here at Animation Mentor. And that guy.
That's me. My name is Tim. I am also a student success coach here at Animation Mentor. So we're here to help and answer questions. Not really going to answer technical questions, that's for sure, because that's not our jam, so to speak. But, we love animation, that's for sure. And we could definitely help you guys kind of go through, this whole program there. And look at all these people checking in. Jameson from Hawaii. Francesco from Milan. Hungary, right? Philadelphia, Canada, Bangladesh, Brazil, Toronto, Stockholm, Nigeria, Iran, Boston. Oh my God.
Wow. Nice. Texas.
France, Texas. What's up?
LinkedIn user, Boston. I went to college in Boston. It's a cool town.
You did.
Cool town.
And there, look at Sandy checking in. Hey.
Welcome, Sandy. Nice to hear from you.
It's been a minute. Man.
Cool. So we have a question that popped up already. So why don't we just dive right in? Hi, brothers. I'm a student beginner for 3D animation. Could you please advise how to learn it step by step, please? I am from Bharat. So yeah, great question, Priyanka. So that's exactly what we do here. And before I answer your question, I just want to give everyone a quick overview of who we are, what we do. Not everyone knows exactly. Somebody asked a good question too. Where are you guys streaming from?
Yeah, right.
We'll get to that in a quick second. But Animation Mentor is an online animation school, entirely online. We do not have a physical campus specializing in 3D character animation, but we do have workshops in a lot of other areas as well. So we're talking about that. But entirely online, we have mentors that teach our students from Pixar, DreamWorks, Disney, Industrial Light, Magic, Sony. I could go on and on. I'm sure I've missed a few, but some amazing studios.
Oh, help you pick that up. But that's just a fact.
Yeah, it's true. That is all very much true, and that's what we specialize in. So Priyanka, how do you learn it step by step? You take courses at Animation Mentor. That's how you do it. Start off with the Maya workshop. If you're brand new to animation, if you've never used Maya before, you start off with that class. You might have used Blender or Cinema 4D or 3ds Max, or maybe Procreate or other apps and things like that on your mobile devices. But the professional professionals use Maya, and that's why we use and teach it here. We want to prepare you for a job in the industry. You start off with the 6-week Maya workshop, and then you move right into the core 3D character animation courses, and we cover everything, from the 12 principles of animation to body mechanics and acting, and we prepare you for a job in the industry and help you build a pro level demo reel. Did I get all that, Tim?
I think you did, actually. I think you did. And
Cool.
great looking pug, by the way, in that picture. And Miguel, I'll tell you what, where we are streaming from. What's up, Miguel? So, well, I currently reside in the natural state, they call it, Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Recently moved here, right?
Yeah.
To California. So California native, transplanted into Arkansas. So we're still getting acclimated to some things, but that's where I'm at. Mars, where are you at?
I'm in the greater Cleveland area, as I like to say.
Yes.
Northeast Ohio.
Yes.
Right on the big, beautiful Lake Erie, one of the 5 Great Lakes in the U.S. So
the Rust Belt. The Rust Belt?
I don't know. We call it the Snow Belt here.
Snow Belt, yeah. I get that. Yeah.
It's coming too.
Hey.
But yeah, we're originally from. We used to work back in the day. We used to work in the office in one of the original offices. There's a couple of them in Emeryville, California, where we were founded. But now we've got headquarters kind of in California and also in New York. So pretty cool.
That's where we're at. Pete Roby checking in. What's up, Pete?
Hey, Pete.
Good to see you.
There was a question here. I feel like we kind of addressed this already, but I just want to
that's a
pop
cool
up
one.
Susan's question here. So welcome, Susan. Animation Mentor, as I mentioned, it's an online animation school. To clarify a bit further, this is a college level online animation school. So we do ask that students be at least 18 and a high school graduate to attend, but we do make exceptions from time to time. We have had students younger than that, especially taking our Maya workshop. What's the youngest student you had taking the Maya workshop, Tim?
I had a 14-year-old take our Maya workshop.
That's what I was thinking. I think I had a 14-year-old as well. They actually did really well too. So you can be that young. We just ask that if you are younger than 18, we'll need to get written permission by email, from a parent or guardian. So we could make that happen. I'm not quite sure how young your children are there and grandchildren, but you could certainly reach out to us. We could talk a bit more, and you're welcome to ask questions here too.
And Andre, do you have 3D animation courses in Blender? Andre, we don't use Blender here at Animation Mentor. We are specifically a Maya school. If you have used Blender and you want to kind of transition over into Maya, I don't think it'll be that difficult for you. It's just a matter of kind of figuring out some of the nuances that Blender does and what's called in Maya. So, we have had people take our courses that are, Blender users in the past. However, you have to supply your own character rigs because all of ours are working with Maya, not with Blender. So there are a few sort of things that you'd have to be able to do on your own. What else we got in? There's a lot of stuff that's going on here with questions. Does software matter, or the skill when going into the industry?
This is a great
Shruti,
one.
that is a good one, and it kind of reverts back to the other question with regards to Blender. Those are two of the main software applications. A lot of people use Blender because it's free, but more often than not, the industry standard is going to be Maya, and it's also what we use here. Principles are principles in animation, whether it be with Blender or with Maya, but with us, Maya. And I think from looking over at the job boards on the student campus, I see the majority of them are looking for people with Maya skills.
Sweet. Got another one here. This one's from Amina. I know Animation Mentor focuses on animation, but are you guys teaching a little from other animation area responsibilities and how animation works with them? Like how animators work with riggers or layout, etc. Great question. So, one of the I get this question quite a bit, but I think one of the many reasons why students are so successful here is because we're focusing in on one area. And while I do think it's important to understand the 3D production pipeline, where what are the order the things happen, modeling, rigging, animation, lighting, visual effects. I think we're not really training students to be a 3D generalist. We're training them to be a 3D character animator and specialize in that area. So now, again, those are our 3D core character animation courses. That's what I was trying to say. But we do have workshops in other areas as well: storyboarding, digital painting, cartoony animation. So we do cover some other areas as well. So you can check out the workshops versus the core 3D character animation courses.
Yep.
Cool.
Coolio.
See anything else there, Tim?
Yeah, I'm kind of
stands
cruising
out?
through here, and yeah, definitely some interesting ones in here too. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Just
So
skipping past a couple.
yeah, I skipped past a couple of them on here, but let me take a look.
Well, this is one we get quite a bit too. We
Yeah,
get from a LinkedIn user. Do you work with voice actors? So
yeah,
we do not. This is a specialty school specializing in 3D character animation. Now, what I do tell folks that are reaching out, that may do, voiceovers or other areas and things like that, you're welcome to reach out to our students and graduates if you want to collaborate with people on their projects and things like that. What I tell people to do is follow hashtag animation mentor on all the social media platforms. We post all kinds of great work from our students. So if you see work that you really like and you want to work with a student or graduate, you can reach out to them directly.
cool. With some of those on there, and looking at like Andrews, how long time I need to learn 3D animation from junior to middle animator. You know what? There's not really a timeline on it. It's you could spend as much or as little time on some stuff. I mean, if you're really good at this stuff, then you could take a short amount of time to make an awesome reel, where some people will take a lot longer. So I wouldn't put a time limit on how long it's going to take you to get from junior to middle. This is sort of a marathon thing, right? And it's
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
take you a while to get into these particular positions. So that would be my
totally.
answer to that. Carl had one though too. Remember, we had Carl on there before as well. And what
Hey,
ANO class will you have to begin having a pro level demo reel before applying for a job?
hey,
Carl,
Carl.
that's a great question, man. And I can tell you this, it kind of almost goes back to the other guy. It's not so much of being in a specific class, because you could see students that are in like class 4 with an amazing reel that might actually look better than somebody that's sort of like, cruising through and they're in the class 6, right?
Yeah.
It just depends on how quickly you grasp it, how creative you are, with
Uh-huh.
the shots that you're creating. And so, yeah, you don't really have to have a specific class to be ready to apply for a job. Obviously, you got to get past some of the earlier foundational courses like animation basics and body mechanics, advanced body mechanics. But after that, it just depends on the type of job that you're actually applying for, right?
Yeah, that's a
If
good
it's
point.
something that's specifically about character acting, well, then obviously you're going to need to go into our acting courses. But if there's
Yeah.
more body mechanics related and you're making quadrupeds, dogs walk and run and stuff like that, you don't need to have all that sort of stuff. But again, it depends on your skill level.
Yeah, and I happen to know Carl and I have talked several times. He really wants to get into game animation. So,
Yeah.
I think the first 3 courses are going to be super fundamental for you to really get down. Um, that's animation basics and both body mechanics courses. And that's another area that really stands out here in our curriculum here. I talk to students, and I know you do too, as well, Tim, that are coming from other colleges and universities, and I ask them what they've studied at their other school. I ask them about body mechanics a lot of the time. They're like, "Oh yeah, we covered that in one term or half
Yeah.
of one semester." Here we cover body mechanics in 6 months. It's a pretty long time, but it's about a third of your core education here. And that's why one of the reasons why our students are doing so well is because they really break it down in animating physicality,
Yeah.
timing, spacing, weight, all that stuff that's really fundamental for both feature animation and game animation. So
Yeah. Look at Jay up there. Jay's AM alum here. It all depends on how strong your reel is. He got a job at the end of class 4.
oh wow.
So, that's the kind of stuff that happens, right? So good call.
Absolutely.
Thanks for that one right there. And look at, and then there's Sandy. Show reel was not great and has been working every day since he graduated, right? And Sandy was juggling. I remember he was juggling, man. He
Yeah.
was working. I believe he's working, oil jobs and stuff like that while
Right.
doing these things. And so, and also kids and stuff, right? So, yeah, there's a lot of it's going to be a busy, time to do it.
Yeah.
David checked in as well. David, I had actually spoken with David as well. He's down here. He had a few questions. I've been speaking with David for a minute now about this. And, what's he say? In a few years' time, you'll be 40 years. Do you still have a chance to enter into the industry as an animator?
Oh yeah. That's a good one.
Right? I think totally, without a doubt.
Absolutely. Yeah, I
I think
agree.
one of the greatest things you kind of bring to the table on that, David, is life experience. I think that's going to help you out quite a bit. They're not going to ask you when you present them with this amazing show reel. They're not going to go, "Oh, David, oh, you're 40. Never mind. Forget it. Your reel's better than anything we've seen, but you know what? You're 40."
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
No, not at
Not
all.
at all. So if you have a great show reel, it doesn't matter if you're 4 years old or 40 years old. If you got to kill a reel, you got to kill a reel, and they want you.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah.
There was a part 2 as well.
Oh yeah.
And he continues to ask, is certificate one of the deciding factors to get hired? I think not at all,
I
to be
agree.
honest. Yeah, it really comes down to your demo reel, making great connections along the way into the industry. And ultimately, actually Bobby Beck told me this. He's like, you just got to be a nice human,
Yeah.
and be able to work on a team, and
Yeah.
be able to receive feedback in a positive way. If you're overall, if you can walk into an interview room and show that you know how to animate, but also be a genuine person,
They want you.
those people are the
They
ones
want
that
to work next to you for 10, 12 hours a
exactly.
day or whatever it is,
Yeah. So,
Sandy was 39 when he came through. So there you
yeah.
go.
I'm going to scroll back a little bit because there
Yeah.
was a good question that came in, and I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss it. I know there's a lot here. This one here, Miriam. I have studied character animation back in 2014, but along the way in my career path, I have drifted apart from animation and worked as a graphic artist. I've decided to pick it up again. Any advice? Has Maya changed a lot? I thought this was a really great question. Wanted to highlight this one. So there's a couple of different things that you could do. If it's been that long and you haven't touched Maya in a while, I can guarantee you Maya's changed quite a bit since then for sure. You may want to start off with the Maya workshop just to refresh yourself, or if you have been dabbling with Maya here and there, or maybe you even have a demo reel, with some basic things, you could also apply for advanced placement. But my guess, if it's been nearly 10 years, you'll probably want to kind of get a refresher here and maybe start off with the Maya workshop, see how things go there. If you're comfortable with the tools in Maya, graph editor, setting keyframes, creating play blasts, stuff like that, and you can kind of pick that up on your own. Maybe you can start off with ANO1, or again, if you have a demo reel, you could apply with that, and then we could place you into the best class for your skill set.
LaPuffy.
All right, let's see here. LaPuffy.
LaPuffy's got a couple of, yeah. So, I mean, and I don't know if you want to do this because there's a lot of questions coming through here, right? And Priyanka's asking about a couple things. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, maybe we could throw up our QR code for like the campus tour if we had that, to kind of show people, hey, how these classes actually work, because some of that stuff, class sizes, things like that. We run very small class sizes here at Animation Mentor. There's a lot of alum that are actually in this thread right here that can also attest to that. But yeah, we run them very small. We don't run a 1-to-1 mentor to student ratio, but nonetheless, we usually have maybe 9 to 11 students per class per mentor. Right?
Yeah.
You guys will meet once a week for the live Q&A, continue to work on your assignment throughout the week. Lots of opportunities to attend all of our dailies during the course of the week so that you can get extra feedback on your shots, so that before you turn in your stuff on Sunday, you've had, gazillions of eyeballs looking at your work and providing you feedback, showing you how to make it better. I mean, you'll see some of that in this campus tour, the link there, the QR code that Mars had popped up there. It's good to actually watch that to give you an idea of exactly what's going on with our school.
Exactly. And this is a really unique and special part about Animation Mentor, the online campus. I'm really glad that you put this together, Tim, because this has been super helpful in students that I've been speaking with as well, because we can talk about the campus and how cool it is and all that stuff, but to actually see it, go ahead and scan that QR code, because it'll really give you a sneak peek of how things actually work here at Animation Mentor.
Yeah.
If you just go to the website, that'll give you some information there, but this particular online campus tour really shows exactly how things work. So
yeah,
check it out.
And that's a good one up there too. Thank you, Cam, for putting it up there. We can't guarantee work. There's not really anybody that can guarantee jobs. It's all going to be based upon that show reel at the end of this thing. So thank you for answering that for us, Cam.
Cool. Anything else? There's a bunch in
Yeah,
here. I just
LaPuffy
want
had one right there, and that's a kind of a cool one as well. Do you guys have transferred? Right, I'm looking on for a school I can transfer into after I graduate next summer. So yeah, if if you're looking, we don't do transfer credits, right? So, but if you are somebody that already has some prior experience in animation, but you're thinking, man, Animation Mentor looks pretty cool, I'd like to come in and start there. If you've already got a reel, you apply to our school, include your demo reel. We'll send that over to one of our mentors for review. They'll look at your reel,
to. Yep.
they'll
Yep.
provide you with feedback on what they saw with your shots, and then they'll also recommend which course you should start off with at that point. So if you do have something like that, then cool, apply for advanced placement. Let's see what we can do to get you started.
Sweet. Cool. I'm going to pop this chat here,
Pop that in there.
here, just so we can start to see things there. And then I'm going to
Cool. Like
hide our
Sandy.
logo.
Yeah, like Sandy. Still talks to his classmates and mentors to this day. It's like family. And so Sandy graduated a while ago. So the cool thing about Animation Mentor also is that even after you're done taking classes with us, you never lose your login access, right?
That's
So
awesome.
you can continue to go back in, post shots that you've been working on the side, right? Provide
Mhm.
feedback for other students that maybe just started. So that's really kind of neat. So he's right. It is like family here at Animation Mentor. What else we got?
Got this one here. Did we see this one by Miguel? I don't think we saw this one yet.
Studios, working games. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you exactly how to do this, Miguel. How do you break into these game studios? You
Yep.
study directly with mentors who are working in those studios. We had Bula Rebello on the live stream here with us
Yeah.
not too long ago, and is it a guarantee? No, but you're going to be learning exactly what these game studios are going to be looking for. I think that's one of the key differences here as well. Is you're not just learning from people who know how to animate your work. You're learning directly from people who are currently working in the industry, and I think that's huge because you're tailoring your demo to reel to exactly what the hiring studios are looking for. You're making connections directly into the industry, and I think honestly that's equally as important as building a great demo reel. And I joke about this. I've said this a dozen times, I'm sure. If you build a great demo reel, but you don't have the right people to show it to, it's just a file on your computer.
That's it.
And so you really need to have the right people to show it to. How do you do that? You connect with everybody that you can. You connect with your classmates and your mentors and graduates and people that you don't know as well. And LinkedIn's a great platform to do that too. So
And they've got all this access with all these mentors that are here, right? And so
Absolutely.
that's a big plus. Catherine had one up there too. Having a review on our reel is extremely difficult right now. The industry is not open for junior at the moment. Any idea if there's a group, Discord, or anything to help with that? I can tell you this: I troll our job board all the time. I'm on that thing once a day, easily, and it's usually updated once a day. There actually are plenty of junior level animation positions that are on our job board. And so for us, we see that. And so there are some opportunities out there. We don't have any groups. We have a lot of private Discords that our students will create that they can talk about that stuff. And on occasion, we also will have live Q&As with, animators from, Double Negative or Sony ImageWorks. And sometimes we'll also have recruiters in there as well to talk to people about their, opportunities for positions and things like that. But yeah, having your reel reviewed can be difficult. But like Mars said, you have to get it to the right people, right?
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing.
exactly.
And so, kind of looking at what you're actually, who you're reaching out to show the reel to is sort of an important thing. So, but yeah, I kind of tend to disagree with that. I think there are some junior level opportunities on the job board that I've seen anyway. You just have to, it also depends on where you live, right? And are you willing to relocate if that's the situation? So
Yeah.
And Adriano checking. What's up, Adriano?
Hey, welcome, Adriano. This is another good question. LaPuffy, what's the best computer you recommend? A computer is the animator's most important tool. So it's pretty important. It really comes down to your budget. I've helped students with $700 budget. I've helped students with $3,500 budget. So it does really kind of depend. But I can give you a couple of things that I'm really looking for. There's several different components of a computer. Processor you can think of as like your car engine. So what you get is probably going to last you you for a long time. So you want to make sure that you get something that's going to be powerful enough. Most people don't, get a 4-cylinder engine and then swap out their engine later when they decide they need to tow something.
Right.
You're going to get something that's going to last you for a while. So I recommend Intel i7 or higher. I could talk a lot about computers, but I'm going to kind of go through this really quickly. So i7 or equivalent for your processor. I would say 8 gigs, but to be honest, nowadays I'm thinking 16 is going to be better. 8 on the minimum, 16 or greater for RAM. Dedicated graphics card, not integrated graphics. And I do recommend a desktop over a laptop if possible, but laptops are pretty powerful nowadays. Just make sure that it has a dedicated graphics card. Anything by NVIDIA is going to be good. And then, of course, storage as well. So storage, I don't think is too big of a deal because you can add external storage for pretty cheap. But 512 gigs to maybe a terabyte is going to be good to get started. And again, you can always add an external hard drive. So that's a good place to start. You can also check a website called cgdirector.com. They have some really great computer recommendations. And if you're looking for pro level stuff, check out pugetsystems.com.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, I wanted to kind of go back to, Garnett had one up there too, which was kind of talking about content, right? On there. And it's right there. Where are you? Yeah, Garnett asking. You heard from friends that you have some pretty old stuff, meaning it was created a long time ago and is still in use. Great question or comment on that. This I can tell you, we've got, I don't even know, thousands of hours of content that we're always revising, and so we go through all of our video lectures, the ones that are pre-recorded, all the time and revise them. So we're in a constant process of revising all of these videos all the time. Some of the stuff is timeless as far as for having it up. The principles of principles back when the 9 men of Disney started that whole project, those are still the same today. So we're always revising our content. But the one thing I can tell you, that's that current industry techniques part of it, those live Q&As each week that you go to, the dailies that you're going to, your e-critiques at the end of the week, all of the the Zoom sessions that you're having with your mentors, that stuff is just completely fresh in its current industry techniques that's going in there. It doesn't hurt you to have some of that, sort of that foundational stuff. Even if you find that there's a piece of content that's a little bit dated on there, it's all about principles. Right. Yeah. So it's usually going to be principles based. So that shouldn't affect you at all. It's making sure that you can actually apply those skills to the modern stuff that we're doing right now in the animation industry. But it's good that you actually have somebody that that actually goes here. They can also probably attest to the quality of the actual animation skills that they're picking up while they're here too.
I love all the tech talk that's happening.
Dude, it's everywhere right now.
Everyone's like, I got this. That's great.
I've never seen so many numbers appear on our thread in a long time. These are
yeah, and you don't need to be a total tech nerd, but as you get into animation, you really do start to learn your way around computers, components, things like that. A lot of animators that I know build their own computers. You don't have to do that, but don't forget about the prep bros.
Can't forget about the prep bros.
Never. Cool. Yeah, Max, I've been hearing some things too. I would say, 90% of our students use PCs over Mac. So as a former Apple employee, I do really like Macs, but I do have a PC and a Mac. I kind of like both for different reasons. But yeah, there's been some I've been hearing some students running into some issues with some Mac stuff. They're high security. They tend to have less virus stuff.
PC can get away with anything on those things.
Yeah. But yeah, that website I mentioned, cgdirector.com, is a really great website. And it looks like
Catherine with the link there, huh? Look at that.
Well, I can't even believe that 30 minutes has already gone by.
That was crazy.
It's really flown by. We want to thank you guys for all of the questions. You guys had really some great questions this time. I wanted to share. I'm gonna let me hide this chat here for a moment, just because I wanted to share a couple more QR codes. And since this will be replayed on all our channels, people will have a chance to scan this stuff later as well. But I wanted to share a link for our application. I wanted to let you know that we are accepting applications right now for the fall term.
True.
And the winter 2024 term. The winter term is starting in less than 2 weeks.
It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah. So
I mean, the fall term. Yeah.
I'm sorry, fall
Yeah.
term. Yes, thanks. The
I was
fall
like,
term.
wait
is
a minute.
Is winter here?
Oh my God, it's
Is it
coming.
snowing outside?
Yeah.
Fall term is starting in less than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And if you do want to apply for the fall term, you want to make sure that you already have that Maya experience. So that's going to be
true.
really important. Also, if you are applying for the winter term, that's great. You know, planning ahead, you want to start in January, you're going to have 2 opportunities to take that Maya
Yep.
workshop in the fall term before the winter term starts. So
Yeah.
think about it that way. You want to apply for the term that you're going to be starting the core 3D character animation courses. If you need to take the Maya workshop, then go ahead and apply for the term after that.
Yep. Yep.
Cool.
Maya
Anything
workshop
else, Tim?
September 25th. That's
September
the
25th.
next one that's coming. If you cannot make the September 25th workshop, November 6th
This
is
the
the next
second
one. Those are the only 2 workshops that you can take
2023.
prior to the winter term. So,
Right.
you know, get cracking on the Maya stuff if you don't
Yep.
already, have some knowledge with it.
And if you contact us directly, we may be able to help you out a little bit with that Maya workshop, give you a little bit of a promo code, if you will.
Yeah, and I'm going to drop this last little thing on you. So if you're thinking about applying to Animation Mentor, he's got the code right there, the QR code, and you get to the essay portion of the
Tell us about it.
application, you have to write us at least a 1 to 2 paragraph essay on why you want to become an animator, right? Animation is all about what?
Storytelling. Can they have Chat GPT write it for them?
No, not at all. You know why? Because we're also like Chat GPT exterminators. We identify Chat GPT all day long. And so we're very familiar with it. So do not Chat GPT us because we're going to catch you on it.
Yeah.
So do yourself a favor and just kind of write from the heart. We find that if you write from the heart, you probably, run out of space to write versus the opposite, right?
Yeah.
So don't write from the brain, write from the heart on why you want to do this kind of stuff. Why you want to make cartoons for a living, right?
Why do you want to do this? We want to know. And those are the type of students we want to have here at Animation Mentor that makes our community so special. People who are genuine, who are serious, who are passionate about doing this, not looking for shortcuts.
Like that Pete Roby guy and that Sandy Gruhl guy, right?
Those guys are cool. Cool. Am I an AI script?
You might be.
Pumpkin.
Are we?
First. Well, thank you guys so much. Lots of ways to get a hold of us. Tim and I are professional responders. That's what we do. And let me see if I can find, here's some stuff for us to check out. Follow us on all the platforms at Animation Mentor on Facebook and Instagram and X, around X, and formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah.
LinkedIn and YouTube, all the places. You can email us direct. We do have a direct email address, admissions@animationmentor.com. Goes straight to Tim and I. You can also call us or text us, 877-426-3628. And I think that's about it.
Bang, bang.
I got to throw this one up there.
Ooh, look at that right there.
I always have that one in the back pocket.
Oh, that one's always in the back pocket. Huh?
All right, y'all.
Love you guys.
Yeah, thanks so much. We'll see you guys soon. Next month.
Yep.
Take care.
Bye. Bye-bye.